Hello everyone, welcome. In this video, let's talk about the jump at number 9. Right, so after white's extension at number 8, this jump also exists. But there are a few things to remember. Number 1, this jump is situational, which means you must calculate whether white can capture number 9 on this ladder with 14 and 16. Right, so this is the standard Joseki, but the key here is that black must be able to escape. Otherwise, if number 9 is captured, something like this, then black will have been enclosed in the corner, and white is fairly strong on the outside with the capture of this black stone. So black will have to make sure that it can escape. So in this situation, does it work? Yes, because number 3 will eventually break the ladder, and number 9 cannot be killed by number 16. Right? So number 16 can either be here or maybe here, right? So it's not optimal for white. And it's okay for black, right? Because number 9 is not dead and can be the trigger of a future fight. So this is really the first Joseki stemming from number 9, and that is white pushing and cutting, and number 10 and number 12. For this type of push and cut, it is really important to remember that usually you have to capture where your opponent cuts. So now it's really white's choice, not black's choice, to preserve the corner or not. If white cuts on the outside, then black must capture. Now black cannot say, I want to save the corner. And now white will pull out. And the problem with black is that black is not alive. The corner is not alive. Of course, you can escape this way, but white can kill black very easily. This is obviously not enough eye space after number 16. And anything else will just not work. It's just not enough eye space for black. You can try some other moves. None of them will work. So after number 16, the corner is actually dead. So that is why number 13 is not okay, because black will still owe a move on the corner. And now white is fairly strong on the outside, and black is really enclosed on the corner. So that is why it's really white's choice, right? It is black's choice to play the jump, but you have to remember that number 1 is the ladder, has to favor black in order for black to play the jump. Second, it's white's choice. White can take the corner by cutting on the outside first, getting the Atari on the inside, and capture. So this will go back to one of the first 3-3 Josekis we learned here on this channel, on this playlist. So this will go back, and of course cutting here will lead to the pattern we first saw. And similarly, black cannot say, I want to preserve the outside and play this connection at 13, because this is not okay. Black must end up with at least a Panuki here on the second line, right? You at least have to capture a stone in exchange for losing these 2 stones and the corner territory. If you get nothing like this, then black still owes a move, right? Black is still not alive, still owes a move on the outside. This is not acceptable for black. So that is why if white cuts on the inside, then black must capture and live in a corner like this. So that is why you have to capture where your opponent cuts. But the thing is, it comes down to calculation always. There's another way that white can deal with this move, and that is pressing here on the 4th line. Black cannot take sente, because this way, this push and cut will be really harsh. If you save number 9, then number 13 will be captured. It's not okay, right? This way, it's also not okay. Totally not okay for black. So black cannot afford to take sente. You have to keep playing on the 3rd line, right? You can't play on the 4th line. White can still push and Atari. And now what does white do? White pushes and cuts again. So this is really tricky. Didn't we just say black must capture where white cuts? Well, it doesn't hold in this case. Black must connect here. Black must connect here. You cannot play this, right? Because if this is the case, then it's really about the original Joseki, but with number 10 and number 11. Number 10 is really building a wall for white, and number 11 is doing nothing. So this will greatly favor white as a result. So this is not okay. But why can black connect here? And that is because it is not feasible for white to try to save number 14 by crawling here on the outside. Right? This is simply not feasible for white. So what does white do in this situation? We've seen this tesuji in some other Joseki videos, and that is this bumping move. And black cannot really go up. If black goes up, of course, this will develop into a fight, and black still owes a move on the corner. White can actually kill black immediately with number 20. Right? So it doesn't really work for black in this situation. Black can only go down on the second line, capture number 14, and white will cover on top. Now, black cannot really afford to take sente and allow white to play the Atari at number 20 in sente. So it is advisable for black to add a move here on the second line. And now white should take sente. Keep extending here is not the best move when the board is empty like this. Of course, it's valuable, but in this situation, white, of course, should get to the left side. So this is another way to settle the shape after black plays number 9, especially when white is afraid of the fight that we first saw and doesn't want to risk, playing the ladder on the outside. If you're afraid of this fight, then just play on top. But this push and cut is really neat, and this bumping move is definitely something everybody should learn. And this is another Joseki. Similar to the small knight's move, number 9 here, white can also ignore this jump. The thing is, black plays here at number 11, this diagonal move. This is slightly better than the shape we saw earlier on this playlist. Slightly better than this. We'll do a comparison in our next video. But you can remember the conclusion for now. So number 11, once again, very, very big move. It eliminates all kinds of weaknesses here on the corner. The black group, of course, is completely alive. And it's also relatively easy for either side to keep building a wall. White can keep pushing like this, something like this, or you can stop, I think, after number 15 and take sente. And of course, if you're black, pushing here is also pretty big, very big, right? You can start building influence on the upper side. For both sides to play, this knight's move, really big, really, really big, after number 11. But the corner itself and black's shape is pretty complete. There's not much for white to follow up on besides this move, or this pressing move. So that's it about number 9. Relatively straightforward. It could go back to some of the patterns we already saw. It could be a tesuji that we already saw. Hopefully not too complicated or confusing. But if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section below. Good luck, and thank you for watching.